This is the story of the future world of 2154, in which it is shown when pollution on Earth reaches its extreme limit and artificial intelligence becomes so advanced that it is capable of doing anything. And this will be the time when the world has been divided into two groups, the rich and the poor. But at present, only poor people live on Earth. All the rich and wealthy residents of Earth had left this planet 100 years ago to live on an artificial satellite, and this satellite was called Elysium. Elysium was a world created by the rich, and if I explain it in two words, you can consider it a kind of heaven, where everything was balanced: good air, pure water, servants, and no kind of worry. There was even a special machine present on Elysium that was capable of curing every kind of disease, whether it was a dangerous disease like cancer, or someone disabled since childhood, or if any part of someone's body got damaged. This machine had the ability to cure any disease, any problem, in just 15 seconds. But this facility was only available to the residents of Elysium. It treated only the rich. Whoever had an Elysium ID print in their hand, it identified them and only then treated them. Without identification, it did not treat anyone. Meanwhile, the lives of ordinary people living on Earth were nothing less than hell. The law and order on Earth had completely changed because now robots were handling the entire legal system instead of police officers. And these robots had very bad and rude behavior toward ordinary people. They did not talk properly to humans, and for even a small mistake, they gave the harshest punishments. Now, in the movie, we are shown a person named Max, who had grown up hearing stories of Elysium since childhood. So his life had only one dream, that one day he would buy a ticket to Elysium and go there. And this ticket was very expensive, something that an ordinary person could not even think of buying. This person's name was Max. Max was an orphan since childhood, so he grew up among other orphans. And because of this, Max got involved in wrong activities from childhood, such as stealing and fighting. And Max did this so that he could buy a ticket to Elysium. Max liked a girl very much since childhood, and he even promised her that one day he would take her to visit Elysium. But as they say, nothing is in a person's hands. Whatever is destined to happen, happens. And the same thing happens with our story's main character, Max. Now, Max had grown up, and he had left all illegal activities, and now he worked in a very big company, whose name was Operation Armadine Corporation. And Max worked on the assembly line in this company. This company worked in weapons supply and robot manufacturing on Earth, and this company had a very big connection with Elysium, because this same company prepared technology and artificial programs for Elysium as well. The owner of this company, whose name was John Carlyle, did not consider humans as humans at all. He considered humans as machines, and his behavior toward his employees was very rude. Anyway, every day Max was going from his house to the factory by bus to work in the factory when some robot police officers stopped him because Max's old criminal record was still registered in the records, and these robots behaved very badly with people who had criminal records. When the robots started forcefully checking Max, Max replied to them that he had nothing, and just on this much, the robots forcibly threw him to the ground and fractured his hand. But the robots did not find anything illegal from Max, so they told him that you refused to follow the order of a police officer. Therefore, your attendance application is increased. And then Max immediately goes to the hospital, where he meets his childhood friend, Fray Santiago. Max had liked Fray Santiago since childhood, but due to Max's wrong activities, Fray Santiago slowly moved away from him, while Fray Santiago had become a nurse, so due to her studies, she could not think much about Max. After a very long time, when Max meets Fray Santiago, he tries to tell her what is in his heart. But the hospital environment was not such that she could understand that he liked her very much and now wanted to marry her. But while leaving, Max says to Fray, "Will you go for dinner with me?" To which she replies that there are many problems in her life, and right now she does not have enough time to go for dinner with him. But she will go for coffee with him on Friday, and he should come on time. But right now, there was a truth hidden about Frey, about which Max knew nothing. As soon as he leaves the hospital, Max immediately goes to the factory where he works. At this time, Max had become quite late in coming to the factory, because of which the factory supervisor repeatedly emphasized, follow all the rules made by the factory, and you are nothing more than a small thing for the factory. The factory does not need you, rather you need the factory. So always come to the factory on time. And Max listens very carefully to everything said by him, because working here was a compulsion for him. Then Max finishes his work, and in the evening, when he is returning home, his friend Julio asks him about the situation. Then he tells him that it is the same old criminal records problem. Julio is Max's closest friend, and he worries a lot about him.
Then we are shown that many people from Earth had boarded 3 private aircraft and had left toward Elysium, and all of them were poor people. They were going to Elysium for their treatment, that too illegally. And the person who was sending them to Elysium was a hacker named Spider. He used to send people to Elysium by taking a huge amount of money. But here we see that the 3 aircraft that left Earth toward Elysium were detected by Elysium's defense radar system, the notification of which was received by Elysium's president, Delaporte. And she orders her command center to first give them a formal warning. Do not try to come to Elysium. Return back. And if they do not obey, then eliminate them immediately. The aircraft does not change its route and continues moving toward Elysium. According to Delaporte's orders, when the aircraft does not obey the warning, then eliminate them immediately. And then a private agent living on Earth, whose name was Krueger, is contacted, and he is ordered to destroy these aircraft with missiles. This person was truly a devil. Thousands of cases were registered against him. He immediately launches the missiles, and the missiles directly hit the aircraft, due to which 2 aircraft get damaged, out of which only 1 successfully lands on Elysium. Then, many people come out of that aircraft and all start running here and there, but out of them, only 1 woman successfully manages to enter a house, and then she lays her daughter on the medbay machine. And then, the machine scans the child's ID and starts the treatment process. The woman's child was disabled since childhood and was not able to walk. And this machine makes her able to walk within just 15 seconds. That too, with a 100% healthy body. Then, after some time, robots arrive there, and everyone is arrested and immediately sent back to Earth. Then we see that a press conference is happening on Elysium, in which President Delaporte is warned that from now on, you will not take the life of any Earth resident, and you must immediately dismiss this person whose name was Krueger. But President Delaporte believed that Elysium is a very small place and only rich people have the right over it. Poor people should not be allowed to come here. In 2 words, she hated poor people. So she wanted to make a new law, under which she wanted to control all the law system and all the working systems of Elysium herself. In a way, she wanted to carry out a coup. Then we see that the CEO of the Armadine Company comes to meet Ms. Delaporte to renew his company's license. Delaporte was a very clever woman, so she puts such conditions in front of John Carlyle that all control of Elysium could come into her hands. She tells John Carlyle that she can renew his company's license for the next 200 years. In return, he will have to write such a reboot program for Elysium through which anyone can become the owner of Elysium, and then all the laws on Elysium will be operated by her. John Carlyle immediately understands that Madam is asking to write a new reboot program through which all control of Elysium will come into her hands. John Carlyle agrees to Delaporte's demand and leaves from there, and immediately starts writing the reboot program. On the other hand, we are shown that the next day, Max again goes to work, everything was going fine, then suddenly, something happened that probably should not have happened. Max's job in this factory was that the robots that came to him through the assembly line had to be sent inside a chamber, and the chamber had to be closed. After that, a dangerous radiation was run in that chamber so that the robot's parts could become even stronger, which were made of iron. But this time, the chamber gate gets stuck, due to which the door does not close, and because of this, the further work in the factory also stops. Then the factory supervisor immediately comes there. He sees that the robot's floor has gotten stuck in the gate, due to which the gate has not closed completely, which means the radiation will not start and the work will not move forward. Therefore, the supervisor tells Max to go inside and fix the floor, and threatens that if you do not do this work, then from tomorrow, someone else will work here in your place. Max did not want to lose his job, so he helplessly goes inside the chamber. Max was already afraid that as soon as he goes inside, the gate might automatically close and the radiation might start, which would make his survival difficult. But as soon as Max goes inside and tries to manually fix the gate automatically closes and the process of radiation starting begins. Max calls out for help, but in such a situation, no one can help him because until the radiation is turned off, the gate will not open. And due to staying in this chamber for a long time, a lot of radiation enters his body and he becomes unconscious. Then a robot removes his body from inside.
And here he comes, to know that due to the effect of dangerous radiation, he is only a guest for 4 days. He is told that his body organs will slowly stop working, and on the 5th day, he will die. And he is given a medicine through which he can live his life almost properly for 5 days. At this time, all the work in the factory was stopped, and all the employees were on strike. Seeing this, the company owner, John Carlyle, immediately talks about throwing Max out of the company, saying that he does not want a bad stain in his factory. Because of someone, his company does not need such people who cannot work. Throw him out immediately. Because of this kind of behavior of John Carlyle, Max becomes very angry at him, because as the owner of the company, John Carlyle should have helped Max, but instead of helping,
he was increasing Max's problems and talking about throwing him out of the factory. Max was having a lot of difficulty walking on the way, and when he was going home, he fell on the road. At that moment, his friend Julio comes running to him and immediately takes him to the room. There, Max starts vomiting a lot. Then Max tells Julio the entire incident that happened with him, and also tells him that now only you can help me. I have only 4 days to live. I am not thinking about anything else right now. Its treatment is possible only on Elysium. Julio tells him that to go there, a lot of money is required. Whatever money he has, he will give it to him, but it is not enough. Then Max says, "Take me to Spider." Spider was a person who used to send people of Earth to Elysium illegally by taking a lot of money. When Max reaches Spider, he clearly refuses to give him the ticket. Then Max grabs Spider's throat, and a very panic-filled situation is created. Then Max tells Spider that you will have to give me a ticket to Elysium. I do not have time right now. There is so much radiation inside my body that if you people fire even a single bullet at me, none of you will survive. I stayed in jail for you for 2 years. In return, you can at least do this much. Give me the ticket and get my treatment done. And when I get cured, I will do whatever work you want. Spider immediately understands that Max does not have much time left to live, and to save his life, he is ready to do anything. Then he tells Max that he was looking for a person who could do this work for him. The work was just this, that a person had to be targeted who was already a billionaire and lived on Elysium. You just have to kidnap him. And whatever data is in his brain, personal data, like his bank codes, passwords, money transactions, meaning whatever is in his brain through which money can be taken from him, copy all that data into this device and bring it. In return, I will send you to Elysium, and then you can get your treatment done. Right now, Max was not in a condition to carry out his mission. So Spider tells his people to install a high-tech suit into Max's body, and also fit a device into his brain to copy data, and also print an ID on his hand so that he can easily get his treatment done after reaching Elysium. Now Max was completely ready, and to take revenge for his humiliation, Max targets John Carlyle, the owner of Armadine Company, and then Max comes to know that after 10 hours, John Carlyle is going to travel from Earth to Elysium. He decides that when John Carlyle boards his aircraft and is about to take off, then they will target his aircraft. And as soon as the aircraft crashes, they will reach him and steal all the data from his brain. Then Max forms a special team of 4 people to carry out this plan. And he also chooses highly advanced weapons with him so that they can get extra protection. All of them ride in 2 vehicles and reach a place from where John Carlyle's aircraft can be easily easily targeted. All preparations were almost complete. Then we are shown that John Carlyle is busy at the workstation writing that special reboot program for Elysium, which Elysium's president Delaporte was eagerly waiting for. After some time, John Carlyle's aircraft becomes ready to go from Earth to Elysium. He is informed that his aircraft is fully prepared to go to Elysium. Then, John Carlyle boards the aircraft along with his 2 robot soldiers. As soon as the aircraft starts gaining altitude, Max immediately opens fire on it. Then Max quickly runs and sits in the vehicle and starts waiting for the aircraft to crash. The aircraft crashes in an empty area. As soon as the aircraft crashes, all this information reaches Elysium's president, Delaporte. She becomes very nervous, because the data that John was bringing with him was very valuable to her, and Delaporte did not want that data to fall into the wrong hands. So she immediately contacts her private agent Krueger and tells him that she is giving him a new mission. One Elysium citizen is currently in danger on Earth. You must immediately go and help him and bring him safely to me. As I have already told you, this person named Krueger was truly very dangerous. In return for doing this work, he places 2 conditions in front of Delaporte. First, tell me what is it that this person has, for which you are ready to take such a big risk, because the government has no information about this work of yours, and if they find out about this foolish act of yours, you could even be dismissed. So now tell me honestly what that person has. Then Delaporte tells him that the person has very sensitive information related to Elysium, and it should not fall into the wrong hands. Then Krueger immediately boards an army fighter aircraft along with his 2 companions and heads toward the location where the aircraft had crashed. On the other side, as soon as the aircraft crashes, Max reaches near it. Inside the aircraft, John orders his robot soldier to immediately eliminate the armed people. Then the aircraft gate opens and a robot steps out of the aircraft and starts firing at Max's team. There is a very panic-filled situation. Max's team is facing that single robot, yet the robot is overpowering Max's team. Meanwhile, Max's gun gets jammed, because Max had never used such an advanced gun before. Then Max's companion reloads his gun, and as soon as Max fires at the robot while taking aim, within just 4 shots, all the robot's parts break and scatter. As soon as the robot is destroyed, they all start cutting the aircraft gate to take John out. The gate is cut using a laser. Then, as soon as John comes out, another robot comes out to help him and again starts firing at everyone. Everyone starts taking cover to save their lives. One of Max's companions accidentally shoots John, and he starts panicking because a lot of blood had been lost. Then Max confronts that robot, cuts off its head, and destroys it. Then Max's team immediately reaches John and starts copying whatever data was in his brain. The data was almost complete when they see that some kind of security is applied to it. Actually, when John Carlyle was writing Elysium's reboot program, he had added security so that if someone tried to forcefully copy or hack this data, the person copying it could die while accessing the data. This was a highly advanced security pattern, meaning that a thief would think 100,000 times before stealing this data, because this data would be of no use if the thief dies while reading it. But Max had no information about all this. Max's companion gets scared, steps back and says, "Max, I am not able to read the data. I do not know what this is." At the same time, they see that an army fighter aircraft is also approaching. Max's entire team starts running in different directions. On the other side, Krueger kills all the companions right in front of Max's eyes using his highly advanced weapons. Max somehow saves his life and reaches the city, but Krueger is still chasing him with his aircraft. Then Max goes to his childhood friend, Frey Santiago, and asks her for help. Frey dresses his wounds. At that moment, Max sees that Frey also has a 5-year-old daughter. Seeing this, Max's mind gets disturbed, because he thinks that Frey has gotten married and now even has children. Frey tries to explain to him that this is my daughter. You have an Elysium ID on your hand. Take her there and get her treated. Max explains to her that it does not work like that. This ID is made from my DNA. It can only treat me. Then Max leaves from there in anger. But while leaving Frey's house, a drone spots him, due to which Krueger comes to know about his location. Then Max goes to Spider and tells him that I have done your work. Now you immediately send me to Elysium. Spider tells him, "But how will you go? The people of Elysium have jammed all the signals, due to which no one can currently go to Elysium. And I think they have done all this because of the data you have. I think the data you copied is very valuable. That is why the people of Elysium do not want anyone to come from Earth to Elysium right now. But before that, show me what all you have copied from that rich man's brain." As soon as Spider sees the data, he understands that this is Elysium's reboot program. This is very valuable. It has no price. Through this data, we can remove all the restrictions that have been imposed on Earth residents for Elysium. Anyone can go to Elysium and get their treatment done. We will change everyone's fate. But Max does not care about all this right now. He only cares about his life because he does not have much time left. Only a few hours were left for his treatment. He tells Spider one last time that I think you cannot send me to Elysium. Saying this, he starts leaving. Then Spider cleverly fits a tracker into Max's body so that Spider can keep getting Max's location. Now Max decides that he will hand over all this information to Elysium, and in return they will treat him. So he sends a signal to the military aircraft that was searching for him. Within a few seconds, the aircraft reaches Max, and Krueger gets down from the aircraft. He assures Max that everything is fine. We will not do anything to you. We will get you treated. In return, you give us all this information. But Max does not trust them at all, so he is holding a grenade in his hand, whose pin he has already pulled out, meaning if anyone messes with him, he will drop the grenade from his hand. As soon as Max enters the aircraft, he sees that Frey has also been seated there with her daughter, because when Max was at Frey's house, it became known that Frey knows Max and she must know where Max has gone. Then we see that the aircraft soon departs toward Elysium, and the restrictions that were applied. At that moment, Krueger also reaches them while searching for them, and now a very dangerous fight takes place between Max and Krueger. Krueger seems to overpower Max, but somehow Max manages to free himself and runs away. Max keeps moving forward. Only one gate of the command center room was left, which Spider was trying to open using his hacking tool. Meanwhile, the effect of poisonous radiation was affecting Max's body, due to which his body was becoming weaker. Then suddenly Krueger arrives there, and once again a fight starts between Max and him. Max had completely given up because his body was no longer supporting him. Then Krueger says something that makes Max angry once again, and he becomes ready to fight again. Krueger says that I was going to cure that child, but her mother did not listen to me. Now she will never be cured. This makes Max furious, and this time he confronts Krueger again, defeats him completely, and throws him down from the building. Meanwhile, Elysium's police officers were moving toward the command center room. Now Max had no time left at all. Spider immediately opens the gate of the command center room, and then Spider starts the reboot program and pulls out a cable and gives it to Max, telling him to connect it to the device installed in his brain. When it is time to apply the reboot program, Spider sees that there is a security applied on it, that whoever reads this data will die in the end. Seeing this, Spider becomes disappointed and tells Max that, "Brother, there is no way back for you. Even if you do not start this sequence, we will still die. Because now your 4-day time is over, and now even the medbay machine cannot treat you. So it will be better that you yourself give permission to read this data." Max understands everything. In his final moments, he wants to talk to Frey, and he tells Frey, "Forgive me, I cannot fulfill my promise now. I have to go." Saying this, Max presses the enter button and the medbay machines start restarting. The restrictions are removed, Elysium changes, and now any ordinary citizen of Earth can come and get their treatment done. This was our final story. We will meet again with a new story.